Hey Techno Studs, in this video we're going to go over the commands used to set up RIP on a router. This is the network that we're working with. This layer 3 switch already has RIP turned on, which means it's sending out updates out its interface, and R1 is technically receiving those RIP updates. It's just not listening for those updates and it's ignoring them. What we're going to do is we're going to enter the commands on that I entered onto layer 3. We're going to enter those same commands on this router 1 so it starts listening to those routing updates for those RIP updates. I'm right now pinging 10.240.2.2, which is the far end of this router, this interface right here. So that's just a way for us to test. So once the routes have populated amongst these two devices, then we'll be able to see that it comes through with this continuous ping that I have down here. So let's take a look at the commands. The first thing that I'm going to do is do a show IP route, and let's take a look at the routing table. Here we can see that we have several directly connected networks. So this is a directly connected network. And these are the actual interface. So here's the 10.240.0.2. Here's this local link right here is 10.240.2.2. So that's the one I'm pinging down here. All right, so what commands do we enter? Well, first of all, we got to get into the global configuration mode. And router is the command, and we're going to do router RIP. So we're turning RIP on with this. And we're going to actually use version 2. So RIP then at that point in time is turned on for version 2, but there's no network statement, so it's actually still not listening. It's still not taking anything in. We have to have a network statement for this to work. So I'm going to do 10.0.0.0. So any networks that fall into that range are going to be broadcasted out, but also any interfaces that fall in that network range, those are the interfaces that will be sent out. So if you didn't catch that, don't worry, we're going to cover that again in a future video, but this network statement is both what is being broadcasted out and what interfaces are listening and being broadcasted out on. So I'm going to hit enter with this, and as soon as I hit enter, I'm going to do a show IP route again. You can already see that it's pinging down here, so I'm getting that information. And I now have quite a few more routes populated with the R, because the R stands for RIP. And I can see right there, RIP, R is for RIP. So there you have it. Now it is communicating across this network, and we're getting data that's being sent back and forth. If I want to remove this, all I have to do is go into the global configuration mode and do no router RIP, and I'll enter that in. By the way, I'm consoled into this device because if I were SSH'd into the device, then I would break my connectivity and wouldn't be able to enter in these commands. So there you have it. Now I'm not able to ping that 10.240.2.2. So those are the commands used to set up RIP on your network.